Good afternoon, my lovelies. What it do, what it do, what it do. This Miss Jaco coming straight from that Spiker Star, a.k.a. the Messenger, a.k.a. the Virgo Goddess, a.k.a. Miss Maiden, a.k.a. the Daughters of Zion, okay, a.k.a. that Topaz Gem Sapphire. Hey, listen, always have a message for you, but it's up to you to discern what Miss Jaco was trying to say. Remember, I'm just an outsider looking into your world, seeing things that you just don't see, okay? But dig this. The name of this is called Purging, eradicating the homeless, mentally ill, drug addict slaves, and the 47% black single mothers in the system. Hold on.
Starting this morning, all 50 states across the United States will completely eliminate homelessness. This time, we will thoroughly clean up the country. He spoke bluntly on social media. Let our nation be safer and more beautiful than ever before. The policy is highly coercive. Those willing to leave will receive official assistance. Those who insist on staying will be directly classified as criminals. We will lock you up in the prison that belongs to you. There is no room for negotiation, no nice guy approach. Trump is confident, declaring that the speed will be as swift and efficient as the border changes, from millions flooding in over months to achieving zero. The operation has already begun in the dead of night. The president has begun deploying personnel from the U.S. Secret Service and Customs and Border Protection. As early as last night, these personnel could be seen patrolling the brightly lit nightlife districts of Washington, D.C. The homeless must leave our country. The campaign has begun in the Capitol.
The homeless must leave our country. But where are they gonna go? Where? During the slave trade, enslaved Africans were sometimes thrown overboard into the sea, particularly during the Middle Passage. This was done by ship crews, sometimes due to illnesses, or perceived lack of resources to reduce losses or collect insurance money. The Zong massacre, where over 130 enslaved Africans were thrown overboard, is a well-known example, okay? Let me just say this. It's all about conserving the resources from the bottom feeders, leeches, okay, and parasites, okay? They are liabilities, okay, to the system. And not only that, but a lot of them, the devil don't have nothing left to give. When the devil don't have nothing left to give to you, he just gets rid of you. That's just the name of the game. It's all chess, not checkers, but chess. And not only that, but a lot of these homeless people are mentally ill. They're sick. They're sick. After they took that mRNA, it's over. It was a done deal, okay? And not only that, but they've been guinea pigs the whole entire time. Since the Tuskegee experiment, they've been guinea pigs and sick. They are sick, okay? They are a liability to the system, okay? They've been offered time and time again apartments, and they turned it down, and they chose to sleep outside on the street. I wish somebody would give me an apartment. They had it good. They was giving apartments, yet they did not appreciate what was given to them, okay? And this is what they was talking about with the fraud, abuse, the waste, fraud, and abuse, okay? They've been wasting the money and abusing the money. When they get that money, the SSI check and them government benefits, you want to know what they do? They go to the dope man. They go to the dope man and buy drugs with that money, okay? That's what they do with that money. They don't buy what they need. They buy drugs with that money, okay? And their time is coming to an end. They're going to load them up on the ship, okay? Because there's nothing left for them. It's nothing left. There's nothing left. There's no food. There's nothing left, okay? They're going to load them up on that ship, whether they're alive, they sedate them, or whatever. They're going to load them up on that ship, okay? And they're going into the middle of the ocean, the sea, and they're going to drop them off, just like they did back in the day, okay? Actually, you know what? Although a lot of people weren't even born back then, but that goes to show you that they were telling you right there in plain sight what they were going to do with the slaves, okay? And a lot of people think that this stuff is free. This stuff is not free. This stuff is not free because you're going to pay for it in blood, okay? And all these single black females that's in the system having all these babies just to get benefits and all that, it's sad because they're going to load them up too on the ship. And guess what? They're going to drop them off and their kids off in the ocean, okay? If I was them, I would leave that shelter apartment and leave that shelter, okay? Because it's going down. And I always tell people, you don't need the system to survive. You just need survival skills, okay? And these black females make having they make having babies and single motherhood as a hobby and a sport. They turned it into a hobby and a sport, okay? Long as the system was around, they pop out baby after baby after baby after baby, having bastard kids, creating bastard kids. Now it's time for them to go into their ditch, and they bastard kids is going right along with them, okay? They're going down there with the Leviathan, okay? Make no mistake. And I always say, although their physical body was here, but their mindset and their heart and their spirit was down there in the abyssal zone and the Hadal zone in the ocean, where it's nothing but dark and gloom. Okay, nothing but dark and gloom. There's no life down there. Okay, there's nothing down there. That's why they call it the pit. Okay, they call it the endless pit. Okay, but anywho, I'm about to get off this. Listen, it's the daughters of Zion. They loading up that ship. They loading up the ship. They're going to load all of them up, and them gang members, okay, rolling 40s, rolling 60s, all of them that came from single mother households, and they kept repeating that cycle, they going next. And another thing with these deadbeat fathers is that the system can't get nothing back from them because he ain't got no money. He a broke ass cat. He a broke nigga. He ain't got no money. Okay, so they going to get at them. But guess what? They definitely getting rid of the mother, which is the breeder, and they getting rid of the cub, which is the ultimate sacrifice, the blood sacrifice for the parents. They getting rid of all of them. They taking them down to that ocean, and they throwing them inside that ocean. They tossing them inside that ocean, whether they be alive, sedated, or in a body bag, or even in a ship container. It doesn't really matter. They taking them inside that ocean, and they throwing them inside that ocean. They getting rid of them. Always remember, it's cheaper to get rid of your ass than to keep you, because as long as they keep you, they got to keep spending more money and more money and more money. They spending more money on a washed up individual than what they actually getting back. Because truth be told, after they took the mRNA jab, they became worthless right on the spot. They became worthless on the spot, and they don't want their organs because they sick. They sick. You can't get nothing from a sick organ. They sick. So there's nothing left but to get rid of them. And that's what the devil do. The devil will use you till he can't use you no more. And then after he's done with you, he's going to throw you away in the garbage, because that's what you was the whole entire time. But anywho, this is Miss Jackove, the daughters of Zion, the Virgo goddess, looking into your world, seeing things that you just don't see. I'm going.